Everyone please stand for the arrival of the President of Dominica. Please remain standing for the national anthems of the USA, Canada, and Dominica. You may now be seated. Your Excellency Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Burton, Your Excellency Charles Savarin, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Savarin, honourable members of the Cabinet, Your Worship Kerry Breedy Prince, Mayor of Portsmouth, Permanent Secretaries, Kerry James, President of ACSOM, Dr. Arvin N. Bagapour, Founder and Chairman Emeritus of the Board of Trustees of ACSOM, Dr. Parvin Bagapour, Senior Vice President for Student Services and CEO of the ACSOM Foundation, Dr. Arthur Tyler, Institutional Advisor, Mr. Audric Carter, President of the Student Government Association, staff of ACSOM, other invited guests both here and joining us online through our live stream, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honour to welcome everyone, and especially our new and current students, to this very special occasion, the American Canadian School of Medicine's 7th White Coat Ceremony for the class of 2030. Congratulations. Today you take your first formal step into the profession of medicine. This ceremony is a milestone. It's a symbol of your entry as a trainee into the medical profession and an introduction to the responsibilities that come with it. You begin your journey here at ACSOM on this wonderful island of Dominica. That matters. You're training in a unique, community-based, hands-on environment with a curriculum built to carry you towards the USMLE exams and eventually into residency programs across the United States, Canada, and elsewhere. Few paths into medicine ask as much of you at this early stage. Clinical exposure, self-discipline and courage to build a career from home, far from home. That is the ACSOM difference, and it will make you a more adaptable, more humanistic, and more resilient physician. Now, the occasion invites us to reflect a little on the significance of this moment and ask ourselves, what does the white coat symbolize for you as a future physician? Why do you wear it? Why is it white? The white coat ceremony is a tradition celebrated at almost every US medical school and many others worldwide. It began in 1989 at the University of Chicago Pritzker School of Medicine to remind students of the importance of professionalism and suitable attire to classes and clinics. By 1993, Columbia University had expanded the ceremony's purpose, adding compassion, collaboration, and scientific excellence to patient care from day one. The Arnold P. Gold Foundation supported this effort. The foundation is named after Dr. Gold, a pediatric neurologist who championed empathy in medicine. And today the foundation still sponsors these ceremonies such as this one. Each of you will wear a Humanism in Medicine pin on your white coat, a reminder of the values that underpin the profession. But why a white coat? Why not a blue coat or a green coat? Or any other colour, or a coat at all? Well, to answer this, we have to look a little bit back into history. In the 19th century, physicians traditionally wore very dark, formal attire, almost identical to that of clergy. However, the rise of bacteriology and antiseptic techniques and practices in the late 19th century transformed the profession at that time. And physicians adopted the white coats that had been traditionally worn by laboratory scientists, symbolizing a new era of bioscientific medicine. By the early 20th century, the white coat had become an enduring symbol of scientific medical professionalism. But actually, in today's medicine, many of you will spend as much of your career in coloured scrubs as in a white coat, and indeed some clinical environments have abandoned the use of white coats altogether for infection control or practical reasons. But that doesn't diminish what the white coat stands for or why you carry with it. The judgment, the trust and responsibility will travel with you regardless of what you happen to be wearing. But remember, medicine is not just about science. Sir William Osler, one of the founding figures of modern medicine, said, "Listen to your patient. They are giving you the diagnosis." Osler's wisdom underlines the essence of the profession. Your patient is not merely a collection of symptoms, lab results, or scans. They are human beings with fears, hopes, and values. Some may tell you and confide in you that actually their greatest concern isn't their illness, which could be a terminal one. They're more worried about how they'll provide for their family and how they will pay their bills in the future. So your role as a physician is to listen, to understand, and to care, not just for their bodies, but for their entire being. The white coat represents the ideals of professionalism, trust, compassion, and integrity. And its true significance lies in how you wear it. Its pockets can hold candy or a small toy that you can produce to calm a frightened child. It can offer a grieving family member or a colleague a shoulder to lean on. And it stands as a daily reminder of your commitment to ethical and compassionate care. However, don't forget the coat can also produce challenges. For some, it can symbolize undeserved authority or elitism. It can actually become a barrier between the physician and the patient. And if improperly maintained, it can certainly spread infections. So remember to launder your coats regularly. It can raise a patient's blood pressure from anxiety alone, simply being in the presence of someone in a white coat. It's called white coat syndrome. Yet when worn with humility and care, it becomes a true bridge, a symbol of connection and of trust. Also, as you put on your white coat today, remember that it contains more than just you. It also holds the contributions of everyone who has shaped and supported you to this point. Your family, friends, mentors, and teachers. It is also a reminder of your responsibility to them. So, to your friends, your family and loved ones who are here today, in person or online, thank you. No one sitting in a lecture hall or on a clinical rotation or working on a hospital ward as a practicing physician got there alone. Somebody sacrificed to make it possible. A parent who covers semester's tuition fees. A partner who holds things together at home while you're busy. Or a friend who believed in you before you believed in yourself. So students, look around and find them after this ceremony. They earned this moment as much as you have. So wherever they are, I'd like you to give them all a big round of applause. And now to our faculty and our staff, who are all sitting over there in their white coats. I just want to thank you for the work you do and for the work ahead of you. You are the ones who will turn today's promise into tomorrow's real competent physicians. This class is fortunate indeed to have such a dedicated group of professionals as you. So in conclusion to our new students, this ceremony marks the beginning of your journey, a journey rooted in professionalism, empathy, and commitment to lifelong learning. One day, not long from now actually, you will face across from your first real patient, not a mannequin, not an actor, or a virtual case study, but a real human being who is concerned, apprehensive, and frightened, and is looking to you for answers. Everything you do today forward is in preparation for that moment. Make it count. So celebrate today, this moment, and go forward with humility, pride, and dedication, wearing your ACSOM white coat as a beacon of hope and healing. Thank you for your attention. I would now like to call on our President, Kerry James, MBA, for his welcome and remarks. Mr. James.
Great. Your Excellency, Sylvia Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Burton, Honorable Irving McIntyre, Minister for Finance, Your Excellency, Charles Saffron, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Saffron, Honorable members of the Cabinet, Your Worship, Carrie Brady Prince, Mayor of Portsmouth, Permanent Secretaries, our ACSOM community, guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Today, we mark a meaningful milestone, the beginning of your journey in medicine. The white coat today is more than a symbol. It represents responsibility, service, and a future defined by knowledge, compassion, and purpose. You join American Canadian School of Medicine at a moment of extraordinary progress. Just a few years ago, American Canadian School of Medicine began with a humble first class of just 9 students. Today, we have 151 students across our semesters. Each of you has been selected for your ability, your character, and your potential as a physician. Over the course of the next year, our student community will grow to well over 200 students across our campus in Dominica and our clinical affiliates in Palm Springs, California, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the United States. We will have our first students go through the residency match. We will have our first graduates in May of 2027. This is a transformative year. As we grow and in different locations, we must remain one school, one goal, successfully training and graduating our students into US and Canadian residency programs. Growth like this matters, but only if it's done the right way. Ultimately, American Canadian School of Medicine will be defined by the success of its graduates. Critically, over 90% of the students who have joined us from the United States and Canada over these last 3 years are still enrolled at American Canadian School of Medicine, for which our faculty and their hard work and our students and their hard work, you should be congratulated. ACSOM is more than a story of growth. It's a new model of medical education for this region. We are a private, nonprofit, mission-driven institution. We are not owned by private equity. We operate by semester and academic year, not by quarterly reports to Wall Street. We are governed by an independent board of trustees committed to academic quality, access, and long-term impact, not profit. The structure allows us to prioritize what truly matters: our students, their patients, and the future of the profession. At its core, ACSOM is built on development. This year, I want to share a story that hits close to home because it belongs to someone who will now sit in a leadership seat at this very institution. Our new interim dean and chief academic officer, Dr. Ray King, whom you will meet on campus next Wednesday, first came to Dominica not as a student, but as a professor. In 2004, he arrived on Dominica to teach anatomy. He had graduated from Boston University School of Medicine with a PhD in anatomy and gone on to complete a postdoctoral study at Massachusetts General Hospital, Harvard Medical School, in which he was undertaking research in imaging with nanoparticles. So he came to Dominica, and in his first year as a professor, he created a digital anatomy curriculum that was heavily dependent on medical imaging. And he did this a decade or more before this became commonplace in US medical schools. He saw a need before others. But Dr. King wanted more. He wanted to practice the medicine he was teaching, so he did something almost unheard of. The professor became the student. He enrolled in medical school at the very institution where he had been teaching thousands of students, at times sitting in class alongside the people who had once called him professor. Some of his most formative experiences in Dominica were scrubbing into surgeries as a student at the then Princess Margaret Hospital, now Dominica China Friendship Hospital, working alongside a surgeon with decades of experience, Dr. Paul. Dr. King has a keen interest in developing our social mission and clinical experiences for our students here in Dominica during the first 2 years of medical school. He didn't stop there. He went on to residency training at the Medical College of Georgia, rising to be chief resident and trauma chief. He went on to the faculty after graduation there at Medical College of Georgia. He later went on to complete a colorectal fellowship at the University of Minnesota. He's double boarded in general surgery and colorectal surgery. And then he continued his career in academic medicine, going to the University of Wisconsin in 2018, where he still is today, as an associate professor of surgery, and with a very active faculty practice, 2 weeks of surgery every month, booked out 6 months in advance. He is really a leader in his field. Throughout his career, teaching has remained central to Dr. King's work, including his teaching at ACSOM during our initial semesters. But perhaps just as importantly, his connection to Dominica never left him. More than 2 decades after he first arrived as a young professor, he's returned to ACSOM as the dean and chief academic officer. And I recently learned he's actually building a home here, not 3 miles from campus. So I think that says something about his commitment to this institution and this country. That is more than a career story. It's a story of development and in many ways a homecoming. As each of you begin your journey today, like our Dean, Dr. King, none of you are here because this was the easiest or the most familiar path. With the exception of a few of our students, you did not attend your hometown medical school. You chose a school internationally, a school that believes in your potential, not just your metrics. You are more than an MCAT score. You are more than a GPA earned some years ago. People grow, people mature, people rise when given the right opportunity. You are different students than you were 5 years ago. You will be different as physicians 4 years from now. You will be different again 10, 20 years into your practice. This is what medicine demands, a commitment to lifelong learning and development. It is a core element of how we teach on campus in our flipped classroom small group discussions. And this is what ACSOM has really been designed to support. It's also important to understand this. fully 25% of the practicing physicians in the United States attended a medical school outside of the United States. Of these physicians, fully 20% of those attended a school in the Caribbean. This is not an exception. This is actually a very well-worn path. And US IMGs, physicians practice in every specialty, in every state, in every community, urban and rural alike, and similarly in Canada with Canadians that have been studying abroad. The US healthcare system could simply not function without you. So we should be proud of the journey that you are taking and confident where it leads. From the beginning, ACSOM was designed to be different. When we say that ACSOM was founded by physicians for physicians, it's not a slogan, it's a promise. Our founder, Dr. Arvind Bhagapur, once sat in these very seats as a medical student, asking how medical education could be better. These questions became foundational for this institution. Our founding dean, Dr. Amadi, built the faculty and the curriculum that ACSOM was launched on and led our initial accreditation. We remain deeply grateful for his leadership. Our teaching model reflects the very best US and Canadian medical education. You will not sit through endless lectures. Our physician faculty members, each a practicing clinician in their own right, will guide you through case-based, clinically integrated small group learning, supported by advanced tools and clear objectives. This is not mass production. This is rigorous, it's personalized, it's modern medical education. I do want to note as well, more than note, but also thank the government of Dominica. As a school, we strive to fulfill our promise to keep medical school affordable. And we've actually kept tuition stable for 3 years. We have had to add some fees, but we have never raised tuition since our founding. And a huge component of that, beyond the private benefactors, has been a transformative relationship with the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica, which provided ACSOM with this extraordinary, purpose-built $100 million campus before our first students even arrived. Thank you. Without this partnership, this incredible opportunity for our students, this opportunity, this medical school would just simply not exist. Thank you. It's also my responsibility to ensure you, our students, that you're fully supported academically, personally, financially. Nothing should stand between you and your MD except your own hard work and our responsibility to support you in it. Your presence here today reflects your talent and perseverance, but also the sacrifices of your families, your parents, grandparents, and those who believed in you long before this moment. Their legacy walks into this room with you. Now it's time to build your own. The knowledge and the compassion that you will develop here will live on in the lives that you touch and the patients you will one day serve. Wear your white coat with pride, with purpose, and never forget the privilege, the responsibility it represents. Welcome to American Canadian School of Medicine. Welcome to your new profession. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. James, for your great words of welcome and exciting news about how we're moving forward. Thank you. It's now my enormous pleasure to welcome the founder of ACSOM and Chair Emeritus of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Arvind N. Bhagapur.
Thank you, Dr. White. Thanks, Gary James. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Some formalities, Your Excellency, Ms. Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Burton, Honorable Irving McIntyre, the Minister for Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security, Your Excellency Charles Savrin, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Savrin, honorable members of the cabinet that have joined us, Your Worship Carrie Breedy Prince, Thank you, Mayor of Portsmouth, permanent secretaries who work so hard, Kerry James, President of ACSOM, and all the invited guests, particularly our new students and their families, and my mother as well, who's here. And I'm going to kind of get right into it. Well, I want to tell you guys welcome to, sorry, let me work on this one. I want to welcome everybody to Dominica. If it's your first time here, welcome. I've been coming back now for over 25 years. I sat in the very seats, I know you've heard this multiple times, but literally, I think like right there, where I had to listen to this guy teach about biochemistry when he was my professor. So it was a tough subject for me. The way the classes were taught were much different than the way ACSOM's taught. In a more integrated way, we're learning clinical case scenarios and medicine from right off the bat versus when I sat in here and just listened to lectures and kind of, it was when the iPhone first came out, so I was kind of distracted. And all the other things that would happen when you have to watch someone teach you about an EKG on a PowerPoint versus actually going into the simulation lab and doing it. So I had this vision that I wanted a medical school to reflect one of a true US or Canadian education, not one run by private equity firms that pay like $1.5 billion or something for St. George's University, or not one run by DeVry, which changed its name 3 times, fined by the Federal Trade Commission $300 million for lying to students. Not one that puts students into massive amounts of student loan debt like I went into. Of course, they've graduated a lot of doctors, but a lot of hard work went into getting that. And 16,000 physicians have graduated from this island and gone back to take care of patients in the US and in Canada and around the world. Our goal is to bring back many physicians back to Dominica to help treat and help people with subspecialty training. So before I get into like the formalities of the white coat speech, I also want to recognize 2 people that were incredibly important in my life that are no longer with us. One of them that affected the university greatly, her name is Jane Sutter, and she helped us bring in the financial aid program that many students now are able to take advantage of and use. You know, the financial aid landscape has changed tremendously in the US, where the Graduate Plus Loan program is not really available to anybody, and in Canada it's kind of hard to get loans from the bank. So we are very grateful for Jane and her kind soul to be involved with our university, and she meant a lot to a lot of people here. The new students, you didn't get to meet her, but you get to reap the rewards of her hard work to being able to get us financial aid for the students. And in January, we're going to do a dedication, a celebration of life for Jane, and have a new scholarship. It's a global equity scholarship. It'll be $53,000. It's the largest scholarship that we give out, and it'll be the Jane Sutter Global Equity Scholarship. There'll be some work involved to get it because she was very passionate about orphanages and little kids and everything, so we'll do more announcement of that as it comes closer. Another person is a mentor of mine. His name is Dr. Joseph Izzo. When I was at Ross University, I got to have a radiology rotation with this incredible human being. He's from Italian descent, and he passed away from a syndrome, autoimmune syndrome called Evans syndrome, and it was devastating. And you'll learn about what that syndrome is in school. We're going to have a $10,000 scholarship dedicated to his name, that every student that gets accepted is going to be named the Joseph Izzo Scholarship, and we're going to rename the anatomy lab under Dr. Izzo because he was such a great mentor of mine. And because of people like this and many others that are sitting in this room and that are not in this room, we've had this opportunity to create a new medical school and come together and save lives, because that's really what this is about. Medicine is greater than any one of us. We saw that during COVID, and right now we're going through massive changes with AI and how that's going to become like your new stethoscope. So you guys have a lot of big challenges in front of you, but I'm confident, just like the students in my class when we came to practicing, you guys will do the exact same thing and be able to step up to those challenges and navigate them and make humanity better. So going into my speech here, again, good afternoon, everybody. To our incoming class and to family members, we really appreciate you joining online or in person. It's a big move and a big change, and when you're done with your 20 months here and move on to your clinical sites, you'll be looking back and hoping to give back to our university as you graduate. So thank you very much for coming. The people of Dominica, the citizens, the government, everybody extremely thankful for you. Former Ambassador Hubert Charles, I met in a hotel room with an idea that this campus could be revived as a new medical school. And Ambassador Hubert Charles sat on the board many decades ago, not to age you, sir, but with Ross University when it was just a small little building. So people have been committed to educating Americans and Canadians in this country for decades. And this institution is just iteration 2.0 on hyperdrive steroids to bring you the best education possible. So I really want to talk about something that's kind of simple, what the white coat really is. Dr. White talks about how the origins of it started, but to me, I'm going to tell you what I really think it is. Because I've sat where you're sitting, and I've gone through the process, and I saw my brother go through it, and my friends who all went to school, and I talked to a lot of my friends, and I was like, what do we really think this is? So when I put on my white coat for the first time, it was in this same classroom. So I'm coming from a place of not a person who just read about it, but I lived it. And medicine didn't start by putting white coats on students because it looked good in photographs, although I would say everybody looks great in their photograph up there. It started because someone believed that before you even study the very first anatomy course or pharmacology, physiology, physical exam, that you take an oath to a commitment to help human beings. When they're in their weakest, when they're dying, when they need you. And that knowledge that you're going to gain over the decades of your career from education, which will never stop, to help someone in need. And that promise that you're going to make is one that you'll never break. And this is just the beginning of a long line of testing and education and learning that you'll be going through for the rest of your life. I continue to have to take MOCs and board re-examinations and things like that, and there's always new technologies that we work with. So I'm going to go into a story of like a patient of mine, and this tells you what the white coat's about. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning. This is 3 weeks ago. I'm an interventional radiologist. I put stents into people. I stop internal bleeding. I do all sorts of biopsies and things in the hospital. I work with a lot of different doctors. I work with OBGYNs, and this night an OBGYN called me and they said they have a patient that's bleeding out. She had placenta accreta, and they did an emergency delivery, and they can't control the blood. So this 33-year-old mother is dying, and they need to stop this bleeding now. And surgery won't solve the problem because you have to go in with a scalpel, and it can cause more trauma at times. So they call interventional radiology to embolize, meaning stop the bleeding. They call us, we get our patient on the table. Within 30 minutes, we stop the bleeding. Her blood pressure starts coming back up. Within a day, she's off pressors. And 7 days later, she's walking out of the hospital with her daughter. That's what you're gonna learn while you're in medical school. The knowledge that you learn on your basic sciences and applying it towards your clinical sciences, and as you go through your mentorships and your clinicals and everything, is gonna allow you to step up for that opportunity of why you put on your white coat to save somebody's life. That's what the white coat is. It's a promise to your patients, and it's a promise to yourself that you're not gonna give up along the way. And that takes me to the next thing. Look around and find the people in your life, whether they're here right now or they're far away, and maybe you haven't even met them yet as you're going through your clinicals, and guide and seek mentorship. Nobody, not one physician, Dr. White said this, has gotten to where they're at without learning from another physician. It's impossible. And we're always learning every day. I'm learning from my brother. He was a program director at University of Texas for interventional radiology. He's my younger brother, and I ask him things all the time. So that's who I go to. And in your study time and those times where you need some help, find those people. Because you all, are the only people in this room, the students, are the ones that understand what it's gonna take over the next 4 years and look back and have that bond that got you into residency. So with closing, we're going to hand you your white coats here soon and go earn for what it stands for, not just what it looks for. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bagapur. Okay. I now invite the President of the Student Governance Association, Mr. Audric Carter, who is going to welcome the new students to ACSOM.
Your Excellency Sylvania Burton, and President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Mr. Burton, Honorable Irvin McIntyre, Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security, Your Excellency Charles Sovereign, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Sovereign, Honorable Members of Cabinet, Your Worship Kerry Brady, Prince, Mayor of Portsmouth, Permanent Secretaries, Kerry James, President of ACSOM, Dr. Irvin and Bagapur, former Chairman Emeritus of Board of Trustees, Dr. Stanley White, Senior Associate Dean of Student Affairs and Campus Dean, Dr. Parvin Bagapur, Senior Vice President of Student Services, CEO, ACSOM Foundation, and Arthur Tyler, Advisor, Institutional Advisor, staff of ACSOM, and my peers and my professors. I would like to first say good afternoon to everyone. To the incoming class of 2030, on behalf of the Student Government Association, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for accepting your journey to becoming a physician. We are truly excited to have you here with us. You guys have chosen the most challenging, rewarding, and meaningful journey a person can take becoming a physician. And before anything else, I would like to remind you that you belong here. There will be moments during medical school when you question yourself. There will be times when the material seems endless, and when you feel overwhelmed and you wonder whether you're truly capable of becoming a physician. I want to remind you that when that time comes, you can do this. You are capable, and you will become a physician. I am sure many of you got to this point through your hard work and determination, but also through the encouragement, support, and love of your family and friends. The support becomes just as important, if not more important, during medical school. For the next 4 years, especially for the first 2 years here in Dominica, your classmates and your school community will become your home. There are people you will study with late into the night. I encourage you when you're struggling, celebrate with you when you succeed, and simply be there to sit with you when nothing's working out. Some of your most meaningful memories and some of the strongest relationships you ever formed will be at your time in medical school. So I would like you guys to take care of each other. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to offer it. One of the things that makes ACSOM very unique is our faculty. Most of your professors are not simple educators. They are practicing physicians who have lived your journey you are beginning. They understand what it takes to become a physician, and they have done it because they have done it themselves. So my advice to you is simple. Lean on them, learn from them, ask questions, and listen to their experiences. Throughout medical school, you are going to learn incredible amounts of information. You will have to learn many diseases, pathology, anatomy, physiology, and countless other facts. But I hope that you never forget, your health is your greatest wealth. It is a type of wealth that money cannot buy at times, and it can be taken away from us at any moment. So as busy as the next 4 years will become, and even for the rest of your life, please make time to take care of yourself. Get enough sleep, eat, stay hydrated, exercise, call your family, spend time with your friends, watch your favorite shows, listen to music, go outside, do things that make you genuinely happy, and don't ever feel guilty about doing them. Taking care of yourself is not taking time away from becoming a physician, it is part of becoming one. Eventually, all of the information you learn right now will become much more than flashcards on a large screen or words in a textbook. The anatomy you memorize will become a patient line in front of you. The pathophysiology you study will be someone's condition. The medications you learn will be someone's treatment. Someone's friend, someone's mother, someone's father, someone's child. And that person will be trusting you with something incredibly important, their health, and sometimes their life. Never lose sight of that. It is a privilege to learn medicine, but it is a humongous responsibility. So as you begin this journey, don't worry about knowing everything at one time. Take it one day at a time. There will be great days, there will be difficult days. There will be exams you walk out and you're very confident, and there will be exams you walk out and you have no idea what just happened. Keep moving forward, keep trying, keep working hard, take care of yourself, and take care of others. And most importantly, never forget why you started. You started this journey for yourself, for your family, and for the communities and patients you will one day serve, because they need physicians just like you. Please help me again in welcoming the incoming class of ACSOM.
Thank you, Audric. I just want to say that Audric is not only one of our best students, he's also a fantastic representative of the student body. He represents you so well that really no day is complete in my life without at least 3 or 4 visits from Audric to my office. To the point that I was able to enlist a wonderful assistant dean for student affairs to protect me to some extent. The other thing I'd like to point out is that Audric is also the first, but I'm not sure the last, Dominican president of the SGF. So now we get to the real business of the afternoon, which is you get to put on your coats. And this is a real test to see how the rehearsal went the other night. So first of all, I'd like to call Dr. David Markishvili and Louisa Karaseva, who are the faculty who will help you put your coats on. And now Miss Amanda Massacott, Student Advising Manager at ACSOM. And I'm sure the rehearsal went faultlessly, and this will go faultlessly as well. So, Amanda.
Thank you, Dr. White. Good afternoon. Please allow me to introduce the newest members of the American Canadian School of Medicine, the August 2026 intake. Join me in welcoming them as they begin their journey toward a career in medicine. First, let's welcome Akila Rogers from Denver, Colorado. Amanda Wood from Paola, Kansas. Amar Abdulazim from Toronto, Ontario. Angelina Gobran from Las Vegas, Nevada. Anicia Simpson from Brentwood, New York. Aman Payne from Los Angeles, California. Brittany Clark from Shell Lake, Wisconsin. Christopher Anderson from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Christopher Moyer from Palm Springs, California. Corbin Hoth from Toronto, Ontario. Daniel Albertine from Houston, Texas. Daryl Glenn Ellis II from Long Beach, California. David Seagal from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Deborah Alonge from New York, New Jersey. Edian Samuel from Dominica. Ariane Marasigal from Toronto, Ontario. Farhan Majedi from Waterloo, Ontario. Fatima Waka from Waterloo, Ontario. Faz Ashmi from Waterloo, Ontario. Harrison Meyer from Jacksonville, Florida. Harvey Villone from Allentown, New Jersey. Rishikesh Pal from New Brunswick, New Jersey. Ibu Konolua Akano from Austin State, Nigeria. Jadelyn Wims from Indianapolis, Indiana. James Wilson from Portland, Oregon. Joy Cooper from Cary, North Carolina. Catherine Netherton from Windsor, Ontario. Lindsay Barnett from Hollandale Beach, Florida. Maria Murphy from Hollywood, Florida. Martha Jakubowski from San Diego, California. Mohammed Sadek from Edmonton, Alberta. Morgan Peterson from Omaha, Nebraska. Raisa Santo from Brazil. Rona Albertine from Houston, Texas. Rohan Gajera from Elmwood Park, New Jersey. Ryan Hayden from Mission Viejo, California. Ryan Wynn from Houston, Texas. Tanner McBride from Hesperia, California. And lastly, Uche Chukwu Marvelous Agbanusi from Abuja, Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the class of 2030 of the American Canadian School of Medicine. Congratulations, class. You may be seated. I also want to recognize our MD Direct students who are taking their classes in person here in Dominica. We have Ryan Kitchener, please stand. Otoba Imhotep. Endora Ankara. Sophia Kaiser. Thank you all.
Thank you, Amanda, for successfully navigating the difficult names and pronunciations of what is, to date, our most diverse class so far, which I hope is a sign for the future of the school. We now need to move to, again, a professional attestation moment, and it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Abiola Omadan, our Associate Dean of Admissions, who will lead the class in the oath of compassionate care.
Good afternoon, everyone. Allow me to stand on the established protocol already. And I would please invite all new students to please rise up. Oh, by the way, already sworn in, already established medical doctors that want to use this opportunity to renew their oaths can definitely rise as well. Just before we go into the oaths, I just want to remind you guys that this oath that we're about to recite is not just a collection of words. It's actually a lifelong commitment to compassion, to integrity, to humility, to service to humanity. And one of the most trying period of your lives as you navigate these 4 years to really join the club. But I can wish you nothing less than the best of all lucks. Okay, so right now I want you to please raise your right hand and just recite after me. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patients will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patients. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit consideration of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the death of the patient. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity, and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. This is very important. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. It is my distinguished pleasure to present this class of 2030 to Dr. White.
Thank you, Dr. Abiola, for such a wonderful gift. We now move to the sort of closing part of the ceremony, and this is where we express our appreciation to some of our honoured guests. And the first one is to Her Excellency the President of Dominica, Sylvani Burton. This will be presented by Kerry James. One of the privileges, I think, of being the President's partner is that you don't just get a bunch of flowers, you actually get a month's supply of really nice groceries. And so Mr. James will present to Mr. Gilbert Burton. As Kerry mentioned in his introductory remarks, we wouldn't be here today without the Government of Dominica's cooperation and support. And I'm pleased to ask Mrs. Fenella Wenham-Shepherd, Parliamentary Representative for the Portsmouth constituency, to accept our token of appreciation to the Government and people of Dominica. Thank you, Kerry. You can rest now. The next gift is going to be presented by Mr. Audric Carter. And that is to Dr. Arthur Tyler, one of our honoured guests. And likewise, it's a genuine pleasure to present a small gift of appreciation to Dr. Parvin Bagapour. Vice President of Student Services and Executive of the ACSOM Foundation, and probably more importantly, Dr. Bagapour's mother. And lastly, as is the custom, we're going to present some flowers to the wife of the campus dean, who is sitting just there. I can ask everyone to sit down now and remain seated while we allow the President and her partner, Mr. Burton, to leave the auditorium, and Mr. James will escort them out. Yes. And I would invite our honoured guests to also leave the auditorium over to the Student Centre. If the rest could just remain quietly while they leave. And with that, I declare the ceremony closed, but don't rush. Those of you who want to come down for photo opportunities at the front are more than welcome to do so. And anyone that is hungry can repair to the Student Centre cafeteria where there's some refreshments. So thank you all very much, everyone, for attending this really great White Day ceremony. Yeah, that's right. You want all the new students down? If all the new students could come down here to, en masse.